Make a Path presents Let's Talk.
Let's talk Better Call Saul, Season 1, Episode 4, Hero. Alright guys, I thought this episode was okay. Now it started out really good for me. I love the hustling scene. I always like seeing Slip and Jimmy. And I have to admit, they got me. In the beginning I thought it was going to show the guy getting one over on Jimmy. It should have been a red flag, honestly, when Saul didn't give him his real name. And we did get the origin of Saul Goodman. He said, "It's all good, man." And I thought that was clever. More clever than the movie moments that they usually give us where a character has to come up with a name and they see like Goodberry ice cream or, you know, Dr. Saul, and they piece it together and it really has no substance to it. And even though this, you can argue, doesn't have substance, I thought that was a little more clever than simply piecing words together. Now, the one big problem for me, and I'm not even gonna take points off for this, is the aging. He doesn't look like he probably should. It probably should be, you know, mid-20s, maybe even late 20s. I would imagine. It looks like it could be a week before he becomes Saul Goodman and he just got a haircut. Now, again, I'm not going to harp on it because they could have went with CGI and it could have looked like crap. We have a lot of examples of them doing that in movies. So again, I'm not even going to bother taking points off for that. We want an origin story. So sometimes there's just no way around scenes like that. And now the rest of the episode did not have me on the edge of my seat. However, it did remind me how a good creative team can have me glued to the TV just simply watching the characters. This episode had a lot of character development, and even better, it had a lot of layers. It was adding layers to the people, the story, and even the atmosphere, the environment all around. And I do have to say, I dig the hero hustle that he pulled on the big billboard sign. I like that. Again, I did not even see that one coming. I don't know what's with me. I was just zoning out, entertained, and I was like, oh shit. So he got me twice. I don't know if he got you guys, but if he did, put it down in the comments below. Maybe you saw it coming, but I personally didn't even see it coming. I should have, though, and I know better now. Probably one of my favorite moments during this episode is probably something that people probably didn't even pick up on, or they're going to be like, really? Is when he was in the fitters. What are those called? He's getting fitted for a new suit, but he's copycatting the style of the other McGillis and whatever. I really gotta get names here, man. I'm missing the blonde chick's name. I'm missing the asshole big lawyers, the McGillis and... Damn, I don't know why, but for some reason I'm drawing blanks on the names here. I will get that on lockdown, okay? Now, he's copying that guy's style, but while he's there, he sees that orange shirt that's essentially iconic image of Saul Goodman that we know and love. And I love that little moment where he picks that up as if like naturally that's what he would have just went with. And it's like he should always go with his first instinct because he is good at shooting off the mouth. He's good at impulse decisions. Seemingly, you know what I'm saying? He has that cleverness to him where he could just shoot at the hip with all his responses. And I feel like he naturally should take that route. Because, and I didn't even pay attention to his clothing prior to this, but I'm gonna take a look now. But it seems like we got clothing that you would find at, you know, suits you would get at a Burlington Coat Factory for like $60 for the whole set. And then he gets the money and he goes and copies that other lawyer's style, but he's still looking at this color that pops. You know what I'm saying? Maybe he even debated it a little bit. And then later we'll see him in that kind of clothing as Saul Goodman. And I do want to see that transformation in Season 1. I feel like that's what I signed on for. I feel like I signed on for seeing the Season 1 transformation of Saul Goodman. And then the next seasons would be following his journey up until he meets Walter White, and however they're going to do that. I don't want to keep mixing Breaking Bad in this, but that's how I envision the seasons. And I'm actually really enjoying that they're taking a risk, and I do believe it's a risk that they're taking in slowly building up this environment. instead of just throwing the Saul Goodman into the fire and into the action, it's like they took back and they said, listen, man, we're going to have some people say these are slow episodes and yada, 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 but I want to go in there and build these characters and build this environment. And I believe that's necessary, because I really, really believe that if they bypass the Saul Goodman, the Slippin' Jimmy, the hustles, the honesty, the failures, the successes, I feel like if they skip all that, Saul's actions later on, when the action kicks in, is going to seem pretty empty. So I'm glad that they're taking the time to build that up and not bypass it. As far as predictions for the next episode, it does look like we're going to get more of a criminal element, yet still building up on his little hero hustle, hiding it from his brother, and maybe even dealing with the good and the bad he got from his hero hustle. But I still think we'll get a little criminal element sprinkled in there somewhere. Alright guys, let me know what you thought about this episode of Better Call Saul in the comments section, and also pop any predictions if you have any for the next episode or maybe even the following seasons. Also, I did want to know, I am curious, do you guys think that season 1 should be about becoming Saul Goodman, or are you saying we should go 2 or 3 seasons before he takes on the moniker of Saul Goodman? Let me know what you think in the comments below. I think it should be season 1, and then we should follow Saul's journey. After all, it is called Better Call Saul. Let me know in the comments section. I'm done talking. It's your turn.
Subscribe now.